Alright, now we take a moment to see if it actually connected. I'm so glad that I had my dashboard up. Yes, we are live. Lovely.
Hello.
Yeah, and hey guys, can you believe we're playing a work of fiction?
I don't know. In the current landscape of the world, it seems to be veering towards a little less fiction.
I will retort with what we said before stream in that this setting has functional gun control, so I think it's still this would be the better option.
Fair enough. I will advise you right out the gate that the music balancing in this has been a little tricky. So let me hear how we sound like on stream first.
Okie dokie. Also, we did get a bunch of bonuses for doing the demo, so I'm going to check out what some of those are. Okay, so let's start the first episode. Ooh, we got concepts. Oh yeah, we had those at the end of last time. See if there's anything new. But we haven't unlocked anything. Except for the bean that we will soon have. Okay. We'll head back to the main menu. How we sound over there on the stream, Zako?
I would say maybe turn music down just a smidge.
Okie dokie. Alright. Let's see here.
Oh, actually, now that I'm hearing it back, try turning SFX volume down a little bit too.
Okay. There we go.
A little more.
Okay. Do.
Oh, I meant for SFX, sorry.
Oh. There we go. That's where we were. Alright. Well then.
Okay, I think that'll work.
Okie dokie. Now, let us be of the devil.
Devil.
I also just love wishlist F2 as an option, so I guess I'm gonna have to do that on Steam later.
Yeah.
In high roller mode, no sir. I have to relearn how to play this game after, what was it, 4 months?
At least.
Oh. To one save slot. Oh. Yeah.
Literal Nuzlocke mode.
Dear Lord, I never wanted to play Phoenix Wright with a fucking Nuzlocke.
Damn. Damn.
That'd be something fun to play through after you've already beaten a case.
Yeah, that's
does
very
make
much
sense.
that's very much New Game Plus.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they're just outright saying, no, we know people save scum the shit out of, like, investigation games like this.
Also calling you basic for not doing it.
Listen. Okay, I've been playing a lot of Chimera Squad recently, so, fuck you, I'm save scumming. Especially when, literally, you have to play it on, like, baby mode easy, or the, like, the anarchy will literally go up so high that you can't bring it down in any way. And then just force quits the game for you. They're just like, no, you failed. Yeah, standard. Oh, I almost pressed the very dark route. Oh no, we are enabling those. We are the Babu. I'm gonna assume more. Actually, no, that's not Morgan. So
I know who this character is. I do, like I said, I do know a little bit of what we're going into, and I would very much like to be this character.
okie dokie.
Listen, I wanted to thank you for coming over.
Wanted to thank you for coming over.
Figures you'd notice.
Anyone can tell something's bothering you. I mean, you're standing there, menacingly, in silhouette.
You're the first person to say anything.
What happened?
The police came to see me.
In public?
No, they wanted to be considerate of my privacy.
That's a first. Also, excuse me, I'm just trying to do something really quick on my phone because, yeah, that problem that we had before stream, it happened to apparently twitch on all my devices. So, yeah. So I have to do verification codes also on my phone so that way I can interact with chat when I need to.
Oh, good. They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts and yours. I told them I didn't know anything.
They must have loved that.
Funny.
This is also me trying to remember 4 months ago what the fuck I did for Morgan's voice.
What would you have done?
In your shoes? Probably curse them out.
Yeah, I could see that.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
No.
Not even for a favor in return?
No favors lost between friends, I say.
That sounds like a toast.
Why not? To friends.
I'll raise a glass to that, even though it's a very obvious death flag.
Oh, hey, a red flag.
I think I will be the person who would yell this the most in character. Glass him!
Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 a.m. local time. Geopositional data encoded.
Oh, it's one of those warm androids they talked about in the first game.
If I could have all citizens in the area.
Fuck off, copper!
Visuals impaired. Facial recognition compromised. Pinging nearby opt-ins for corroborating evidence.
Hey, look, he's lighting up every phone on the block. We need to go, now, or what? He'll use his outdoor voice? Or he'll have us pinned down to our dental records before you can say, we're Morning, officer. You look different today. You do something new with your uniform?
Good morning to you too, Morgan citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for...
I've got it. Must be the new coat of paint.
You're referring to the act of vandalization that just took place.
Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him. Scars honorably earned in the line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and loiterers.
Don't worry, ma'am. A report has been filed and the police are working to resolve the situation.
Aw, he's kinda cute. Civil disobedience at this time of day? What's the world coming to?
They're just stragglers, man. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit.
Well, I hope you threw the book at them.
The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of volatility may occur within the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors.
Thanks for the forecast. So does the bleeding stop on its own?
Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just leakage of oxidizing fluid.
My mistake. So you don't need a bandage, I take it.
The leakage will dry shortly.
With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal across. I unfocus my eyes and dull my hearing, singing beneath the hum of the city street. And fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam. Across the way, a large man with worn hands and ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hulk of a machine and cuffs his hands in front of his mouth.
Yo, 61!
The machine halts its lifting with uncanny precision and turns to him.
We're going on break.
The robot tilts its head to the side.
You can't work the piler without Schwinn up on the roof, so... I don't know, take a load off, will ya?
Understood, came the over-enunciated reply. The man already walking away tosses a dismissive wave behind him.
Yeah, understood.
A moment after the man turns to the corner, the robot attempts to mimic a hand wave to no one in particular. Ooh, we just learned something. Let's see here, where? Search term. And Zako gets to do your favorite thing, which is the reading of the extra stuff.
Particularly one licensed interest authorities, yada yada yada. So thankfully, we don't need to like read the whole thing. This is just a lore like explanative thing.
And I'll leave it up for a little bit for when the people get to this on YouTube if they want to read through it.
It's essentially just a derogatory term for the cops, especially the robot ones.
Oh, I can see the wordplay. Yeah, copper.
If you feel like that, remember, if we read this stuff, if you feel that a corporation you know has been the victim of a hate crime, you can report it here at our confidential portal here.
I forgot about those. Yeah. Also, let's check profiles. Let's see how much of Morgan will tell us from the having played before. Okay, December 26th. Criminal defense attorney. Likes trigonometry, rooftops, and bonfires. Dislikes sunburn, baths, and karaoke. Exercises by swimming, huh? Hidden talent baking and body count. You cannot ask someone that. They at least give us a wave. Also, hey Bubba, welcome. We are of the deviling. Oh yeah.
We just started, thankfully.
But we do have some leftover credits that we didn't use anything for. So I think we also, I know, unlocked a special charm. Oh, we can get Fidget Tubby charms!
Oh yeah! Ooh.
Can we get...
Yeah!
How many charms can we have at once? Oh, we can only have one charm. Then I'm at least picking up all the charms that we can get. Can't wait till we get more of Fran. I think this one might be the one that unlocked because, actually no, I think all of these charms unlocked because we did the, episode 0. But I'm going with, I like the suspenders. Okay, that should be it. I don't, does the power take me out of the phone screen?
No.
Okay.
Or no, it does.
Okay. At a bus stop, or what used to be a bus stop, now a charging station. A passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear. They declare martial law when I wasn't looking? The small woman beside him is trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat.
Well, they're just doing their job, so...
Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Okay. Notice.
I think this one's still him.
Okay. Also, hey, Runewalker, welcome. Notice how they don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown, even on the worst days. His audience, captive by virtue of sharing the same charging pole, pulls him shuffle, cough, and stare even harder at their phones. The woman looks at her knees and pulls at her skirt.
Kind of embarrassing me right now.
He makes a vague gesture with his hands to indicate he's stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter.
Oh, now that's just...
The woman with exhaustion in her eyes sights at a hologram floating above her in a chrome-plated palm, which I'm just going to assume is information about medics that we already know. Yeah. While around its smooth-looking android pushes a carriage behind her.
Ellen, walk around the block. Get her some air, would you?
Apparently, this call can't wait. Oh, I think that's you still.
Apparently this call can't wait, and it's louder than a garbage disposal out here.
Of course, ma'am. I'd be glad to. The android punctuates its sentence with a sound of halfway between a whir and a purr that I am not going to emulate. Which, judging by the coos and giggles coming from the child, seems to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drones, coppers if you prefer. Can't so much as sneeze in this city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else...
You're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern.
It's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please. Crosswalk's giving me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah?
Have a good day, Morgan citizen.
It's a bright, crisp morning in the city. Lights changing and the people moving in click-clacking harmony, all smooth at oops clockwork. Where I, in a worse mood, it would be all a bit much. If I went out last night, oh! I could not even process all of that!
I think needless to say, she, had some fun.
Ah, so this is literally the day after what happened, yes, on episode 0. I love it.
No, I think, if I remember right, this does take place a little while after. So this was just an additional, body to the pile, as it were.
Ah. But I went out last night, so I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. As I reach the other end of the street, I pivot lightly and give Automated Dependent Assistant Officer L30 my best impression of a salute. Thank you for your service! And of course, he creaks out a mirrored response. No sense of sarcasm, the poor bastards. I didn't come all this way to downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history. No, I came down here to make an important purchase. Today, I'm going to buy a gun.
I will warn y'all that there are a lot of characters, surprisingly, both main and superfluous. So, Sarah, at any point, if you want to jump in, feel free.
Well, I was also going to say, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say I would love to. I'm just, there's a lot of, especially with what just happened, it was a matter of, of trying to follow along. But, if you guys would like me to jump in, feel free to let me know. I'm going into this completely blind.
Fair enough.
There's only one character I would say that I would put you on just because it's the most recurring main character for you, and that's just going to be the assistant that we get.
Sure. Like I said, I'm happy to jump in frequently. It's not I don't want to participate. I'm just going in blind, so I'm
you're totally fine.
Sure.
I have no idea.
Mm-hmm. All right. And now I am fully in the mindset of Morgan as I light my first cigarette. But welcome to episode 1, An Idle Mind. Okay, I really already love this gun store model.
Oh my god, that's a huge one on the left there. It's got a drum and everything.
I mean, dear lord. Most of this stuff you couldn't even get with unless you had, some kind of military clearance. The only normal thing there's the fucking shotgun. No staff around, but all the lights are on. Should I have knocked? Oh! Any takers?
I'll do it! Sup?
Desk personality setting 6. The cool one.
Let me know if I can help you with anything.
I've probably forgotten more about firearms than your programs remember. I bet you can! I recently acquired a license to carry it concealed.
Nice. Are you in law enforcement? Do you shoot for sport?
Business or pleasure? Neither!
May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am?
Oh, you know. Assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent. That kind of thing. I really am hoping that part of this dystopia is that this thing that can't pick up on warning signs. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be...
I see. You're a lawyer.
So I guess you'd say I'm in the market for self-defense.
We have a wide selection of options for self-defense in a variety of sizes and calibers, with spread and PA fire options available. My bad. PA stands for pseudo-automatic.
I know.
But for concealed, I'd have to at least be small enough to.
This would go a lot faster if I could just tell the desk what I want. Alright, now it's... How do we want to do this? First choices for the gang.
That's funny. Do we want the sociopath to have patience or just be an asshole to everybody? I think Morgan would be patient, just knowing having to deal with these things on a regular basis.
True, and that plus their 90% of their MO is no one gets the fact that I'm a horrible, horrible killer. Which imagine if you were someone jumping into this game like with us at this episode and not episode 0. Luckily, the No Love War Extra has a very passionate group of people that keep coming here. But walking in here and asking for a very specific model is gun nut behavior. I'm not trying to stand out. Some of the ones I test fired at the range left my shoulder sore for days. Do you have anything more discreet?
Right, no problem. Electromagnetic pulse models feature minimal kickback with the highest accuracy. One targeted pulse of electricity can disable attackers at medium to short range, non-lethality, and quietly.
Sure, they're plenty quiet. They also have piss poor range, and even sustained fire wouldn't do shit to anything modder with insulation less than a few years old. Glorified taser, barely suitable as party favor for anxiety-stricken college kids.
Damn.
Well, hopefully not too quiet. I'd want someone who'd come, I'd want someone to come running to my rescue.
Of course. Would you like to take a look at our mag rails?
Bullseye.
We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorenz force switch.
Slings a slug fast enough to mist a limb at over 30 meters. And it's safe?
Of course, ma'am. My bad. 2-factor safeties with GPS and emergency services sync. It won't go off unless you want it to, and someone will definitely come running.
Also, excuse me, I just need to do one thing real quick. There it is. Okay. And I just took my first shot of the day. All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police. Or anyone who can dupe their tool set to lock you out of your own gun with a flip of a switch.
Oh, dang.
Also, I just realized I'm gonna have to fix all of my alerts now because even though I get to sub, all that issue I was having with stream elements now carried over to that.
Hell.
Oh well, that'll make it easier for us to not interrupt it when I do stuff like that. Okay. You couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect. How do we get started? Why does it feel like every desk I run into has to be such a character? Mercifully, it tucked itself away while the fabricators get the gun tagged.
Something fictional meta commentary something.
I just now realized this big-ass sniper rifle on the bottom right shelf.
And it's also a drum load sniper rifle.
What the hell?
Like, okay, so this is either tongue-in-cheek or they really don't know that much about guns, aside from, like, the mechanics for the sake of mystery. Because, look, the fucking stabilizers don't reach the ground because they made it a drum mag. And why does it got a lower rail handle? Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, I've got time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop? Ooh, okay, let's see here. We can't get a scathing commentary on the gun. Hate these kind of screens. Gotta look at them with your nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Next thing you know, they're saying hello on a first name basis. But I've got practice with this sort of thing. I can skim the headlines at least. Why, the 12-6 work week gives us more free time than ever.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm 14 and I tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. How term limits are anti-democracy.
What was that part about this being based on fiction?
Transfusions from warm androids saved soldier's life. That's one hell of a headline. If the Animate 16 wasn't selling well before, I'm sure by now it's... Yeesh. Would it kill you to clean up a little? Guess the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get so far if you're not willing to pay someone to sweep up. Wait, is this trash? This flyer, it's scannable. Stagnancy theory, really? They got a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here. Now, that's what I think you do have to read, Zako, because I think this one's going to be important.
Stagnant World, Modern Man's Plateau. Renowned net philosopher Corbin Cawthorne, real name withheld, offers to take you on a deep dive into global trends and sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in his groundbreaking and controversial seminar. Moore's Law used to be a benchmark, now it feels like a pipe dream. We used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space, of artisans crafting virtual wonders that made the confines of our own reality seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spend all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search engine optimization and customer experience design. The middle class, eaten alive by the rich they prop up, can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and disease grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action.
There's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a collection dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. They better burn this shit before some neat freak idiot picks it up and gets arrested. Okay, so now I think we've gotten everything because we can advance. Oh!
Whoop.
Gotta get all those chips, man. Someone left a data pad here. What's in the news today?
Lobo threatens Tetra with ransomware vulgarity. Internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief, most commonly known as Lobo, has seized a cache of vital Keystone data files belonging to Tetra Metallics Group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. In a blitz of cross-posts on 90 different socials, translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed hacktivist, radical conservative, and gentleman thief, oh shit, made clear that their intent to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost.
I do love the fact that, like, they've figured out that something similar to, like, fucking Firefly, where they become dominant languages that just survive the cultural drift.
Mm-hmm. Though the posts were quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to user reports, Lobo's latest manifesto, which he have declined to have published here on grounds of journalistic integrity and due to the strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to a loose network of rogue data harbors. In addition to a sizable monetary ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that spanned pages. Most prominent among them was the call for the de-escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted only their billing services, but insisted that the corporation could not in good faith resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth metals surged following the hacking attack as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of catastrophic supply chain disruption in the mid-21st century. Oh, is this a shot at the whole, like, boat that got caught in the Suez Canal?
Possibly.
A spokesperson for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry, called Lobo's repeated attacks acts of terror against the free market. Whoa there! Looks like you're not logged in. Want to take care of that real quick?
Lobo, again? Or someone using their name? I suppose it doesn't matter if they're the original or not, so long as they're a genuine threat. And no one could snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with the Lobo's politics, making demands for... Actually, no, we can check this out.
I think it's either answer, but it's which either one, like, makes the most sense. Demands ransom.
Okay, so that's just all of that, though. Okay, de-escalation of all things. Yeah, I think it's the de-escalation. He seems... I think ransom...
Money just seems like a bonus.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna clear this just so that we don't have any nagging things on the phone. But we also can pull up the full history on Lobo.
Big Bad Wolf was here. You are welcome for clearing out this cache of your soy slop before it could clog your brain arteries any further. To whatever dumb dishwater script kitty they yelled at to come fix this and a world of advice from your superior, I own that password suggestion algorithm. Want to resecure? Try this. Relax your shoulders, stand up from your desk, take a deep breath, then firebomb your own servers. Literally cheaper for you at this point. For the rest of you slack-jawed screen lobotomites looking for a little excitement in their search history, find a pig and rip their throat out. That'll teach you how to run with the wolf. Lobo is king.
Okay, I think we know about the animes, because that was pretty well hinted at with our friend Leo. Did not pick up on anything with the mist, so I might want to check this one out.
Slang term meaning to shoot or kill. Okay, so just modern, quote-unquote, slang for just popping somebody.
Ah, yeah, I thought that I thought they said the gun was going to mist, like, someone at that range, or mist a limb. I thought that she was basically talking about being a mini railgun.
Oh, it is, but,
yeah. It's not the first time Lobos voiced their displeasure with the decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. Unless the rare earth metals powering all of our batteries and fueling all our pretty little androids are suddenly made a lot less rare overnight, I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. Okay, so we got that. See if there's anything else I can get around here. Okay, those.
If I remember right, the game will tell you, like, oh, never mind.
There's some kind of news program playing on the screen. Most public places are too scared to put on any channel with content more political than the smiling micro apartment flippers. But this is a gun store after all. Power is always political. Wait, how long has it been? Shouldn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged.
I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation and yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Asher, has passed.
I don't like that someone who's leading the way in the fucking Android field names a key piece of tech after the fucking Turing tests. What?
Proprietary Vantage automated dependent management system, along with the Animate series of androids.
Must be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic or... No, they wouldn't risk. Fake news? But why?
Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language.
Misinformation, maybe? Trying to...
Authored many of the developments that allow for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance.
That's back to you, Saris.
David Asher is dead.
Oh yeah, I mean, we just realized that he basically paved the way for them. That's like hearing their god is dead.
Including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. Yep.
That's very sad.
I didn't ask.
Sorry, I just...
Commands only.
Understood. Will you be paying with cash or credit?
Debit. The gun was lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them, their weight. Wow, I just realized that Morgan takes a little bit of inspiration from fucking Risa Hawkeye from Alchemist.
Yeah.
Like they're anchoring the world around them. Like they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else is just relative to them, either closer or further to the end. I would have liked something heavier during that walk back to my apartment. I would have liked to have something to feel far away from.
Oh, okay. We didn't get a chance to see where she actually lived in the last game, so this is a nice peek into her.
Yeah.
Yo, she's got like the whole step down into couch area. What the hell?
Oh, I love it. The screen started shaking. I wondered why. It's because a train literally just passed by her apartment.
Oh, okay, yeah, that is like a very bad zoning thing.
That also, as a quick aside, real big shout out to the fucking animators that took the time to do that, because that's not easy.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Also, the size of that TV, goddamn.
Well, I mean, she can afford it because look at where she's zoned for her fucking apartment. This place has to be for cents on the dollar with that train.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we're in a cyberspace dystopia, so this is probably also New York apartments. Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door. What is this? What am I doing? Oh, it's a straight up loft. She's paying out the ass.
I was just about to say, yo, she's got like a whole ass like upper studio too.
What am I doing? Fumbling in my pockets for my lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic, and it's fine and expensive. And a good lighter. It was a good gift. Also, Morgan above game, I can tell, is entirely the type of person who goes through all the process of maintaining a fucking Zippo, which is hell, between having to keep track of the flint, the fucking kerosene, everything. Like, they are better as fidget accessories than as actual lighters, unless you need something that will literally not go out in the wind. This is coming from your resident smoker here, folks. But if you just want one to be cool and you have fidget troubles, go ahead. $20 and then it'll eventually stop working on you. I kept the card, didn't I? Here it is. To the only smoker... Oh, sorry, I forgot. Go ahead.
To the only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style. But they don't make a lot of these anymore. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with expensive taste. I hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend,
David. The news might... I'd have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble. Auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes. Reactions to news from their every micro-celebrity under the sun. Their raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from all car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world. But there's nothing about his death, not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed? Has he been dead for days, while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? A phone call? Better not be work-related. I'm not in the right mood.
ooh. I'll take this one. Oh, Morgan. Hey, thanks for picking up so fast.
She's Jessica Starling, who asked me to call her. Hi, Jess.
Hi, listen, I need to...
I've already seen the news.
What? Oh, of course you have. Duh. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. With the company and their people and all the... what I mean is, if it were up to me, you would have been the first call I made.
For a decision like that to be up to David's assistant, about 1,000 other Noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed, but it's alright, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with these kind of things.
Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from a stream, Chiron.
What difference does it make how the information gets to me? I could have stumbled upon his corpse myself and I could feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway.
Yeah.
If I want more information, she's the best source I'm going to get, maybe for weeks. What to ask at this time? At a time like this. I'm supposed to express denial first, but she's probably short on time. And I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. Can you tell me what happened?
The police, they think they took something.
Suicide? And the police are already involved?
They say it was some kind of poison, or...
God. Noble's got a lot of weight Noble's got a lot of weight to bludgeon the state with, especially in this city. I would think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days.
Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you.
Of course, Jess. Whatever you need. Whatever you need. A bit much, but she's grieving. This is just how people talk. It's not like my day was really salvageable anyway.
I'd like to bring you up here to David's place.
What do you mean?
There's something I have to give you.
You're not handling his will already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before.
No, I'm sorry. It's not like that. Before he...
Oh! Didn't expect to see asthma still be a thing in this, like, cyberpunk future. No, please, don't hold back on my account.
David asked me to get this into your hands. It wasn't work-related. But he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but... since it's turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done.
I like showing up at crime scenes more often, or more quickly, than strictly necessary. And that's when I only have to worry about the police. With Noble looming over all of this, security will be doubled and scrutiny tripled. This is too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. Swing by my place with a cab, yeah? Besides, my own morbid curiosity.
Right, of course! Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Oh, wait, I almost forgot!
What is it?
You don't happen to have anything you can wear in black, do you?
I just love that slight downturn in her eyes of like, bitch! Have you not seen my fit? The autocab hums a synthesized purr as an on-ramp merges onto a canopy superhighway steadily and suddenly all at once. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. Dear Lord, the background team on this thing. Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that shot we just had. Oh, this is so Blade Runner. I fucking love it. The canopies always felt very arts and crafts to me. Cobbled together, always added on to, never finished, never planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make, but the end result's still ugly. And it feels like it could fall apart at any moment.
You okay, Morgan? You look a little car sick.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. If I ignore her texts now, she'll just send more later. Okay, who is that? Who wants to be the witch?
I got it. Hey, Freckles. Saw your friend Asher on the news. Rip.
Thank you. For trying to be sincere.
Worth a shot.
We all have our strengths.
God damn. You are one passive-aggressive little girl. Why is all your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me?
Filial piety doesn't work on you. You love yourself too much to appreciate respect.
True. True went the train.
Hmm.
See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world.
Wonder where I picked that up from.
Not from me. I'm pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out if this is a sister or a mother.
The nurses tried to make you cry, and you responded by giving them self-esteem issues.
Did you ever have dealings with Noble?
Ten out of 10 shift in the convo. Subtle as a car crash.
Salty doesn't work on you either.
Well, it might. If you were good at it. XD.
Important to say that.
This is me asking you for advice. Oh, there it is.
Yay. I guess this never sunk in.
Oh, 1 second. Robo Rimness, this game has a lot of very big shifts and twists. I highly recommend, rather than sticking around for the stream, you go check out the the episode 0 that we have on YouTube, because this game is very well written, has a great art style, but we are in the first episode after the super giant big twist of episode 0, which informs a lot of the character. So
Or you can go pick up the game yourself. Episode 0 is free on Steam.
And this was only like $3, I want to say. It was cheap as shit when I picked up the episode 1. And wishlist episode 2, because so far the game's already delivering. I'm gonna pick back upstairs.
Yep. I was just waiting on you. Because you spent most of your apprenticeship asleep. But my clients were all celebs.
Oh, now I realize this was who she worked under in a practice before she like took her own firm.
The rich and famous. I didn't have that many dealings with the Megs that owned their likenesses.
Is it really that different?
Plenty. Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty side. So they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. But Megs don't like people seeing them at all. Period. And also, Megs are a lot more lively when it comes to blanketing.
Gross.
Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent.
Stop. Do you have any actual help to offer?
Truth be told, I did have this one run-in where I got deep into corporate intrigue.
Why?
Because I got the Annie Life's 45 poster girl.
Oh! God damn it.
Hard worker. Lot of stress to vent. Of course I had to pick this character.
Glad to know I can always reach out to you in my time of need.
I'm gonna let that slide because I know you're in mourning. Look. Corporate types are all a bunch of paranoid drug addicts.
Okay, we're starting to lead into like what you were saying earlier, Zako.
Puffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone else in the meeting to death.
Not me at every staff meeting.
So don't expect them to play nice just 'cause Asher was your pal. My actual advice is get whatever you're owed. Then get out of there as fast as... Boy!
That's a beautiful thought, Auntie.
I mean it. Corporations prefer Viking funerals.
What's
Oh,
up,
I didn't even realize that, Bubba. This is Morgan, and her mentor is a witch.
Oh, yeah, the Morgan Le Fay. But this is something I'm actually super surprised that Morgan, of all people, wouldn't understand the term of a Viking funeral. So that says something about what the school system she must have gone through was like.
A dignified ceremony where the body's sent out to sea on a boat. Then they set everything on fire and sink the ashes to the bottom of the sea. Ocean, I can read. Try not to linger, Freckles. You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows.
Good use of actually using the proper phrase for how you, like, draw a bow. Thanks.
I would like to kindly point out that both Bosco and Mark flinched for 2 seconds. They weren't present. They had no idea what's happening, but, you know. They don't release the arrows, hun. They just knock them for 30 sessions.
Thanks. Very weird on when it decides to, like, read the things for the text that crawls. But what the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks did all week.
Shoulda worked smarter, lol. And if you wanna go there, you did literally fall asleep on the job. LOL at the Christmas party! Sweet dreams!
What is that? What is that? Why do you have that? Why do you have that? It's not even accurate.
Work parties are still work, Freckles!
I only had my eyes closed. Because all of you old farts had your camera flashes on.
Morgan, something wrong? You're sweating.
Just deleting some spam. We've got a couple of more minutes crawling through the canopy guts before we reach David's part of the city. Uptown, our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouse stacked upon penthouse in a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed by restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that uptown folks go most of the year without touching the street level. Not much of a punchline there, it's basically true. By now, his whole block must be swarmed with cops, themselves surrounded by media, and all encircled by onlookers. I could try to enjoy these last few moments of calm, but the storm's coming either way. I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Actually, Jess, if you've got a second, I was curious about... Oh, okay. So we unlocked the headline.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll start with that then. I saw that headline, by the way, the one where your warm android saved that soldier's life.
Oh yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think?
So folks at the company must have been in high spirits lately, I take it.
That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but... I don't know, maybe upper management's never happy? Because they're still just writing sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day this story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contract for war androids in the military. But I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. Maybe it's all above my pay grade.
All the corporate power and money in the world. And they're still such joyless assholes that won't even celebrate their victories. So which one do you guys want? I'll click on whichever.
We should be able to go through all of them.
Okay. Remind me, how many years did you and David work together?
Oh. Well, I started with the company about 4 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst, so I spent 2 months in the Warrens. Then an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management.
Sorry, Warrens?
Oh, that's just what we called the company dorms back then on account of all the... Well, all the people.
Ah.
Plus, it was underground.
Aha.
Didn't see the sun for the first month. My skin got so dry.
Is that normal in your industry?
No, for everyone I've ever worked with. Except David, of course. But I mean, he was...
The best.
the best. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
That was mine.
I just love that we both fully intersynced on both saying it and then also apologizing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On one Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like I had won the lotto. It said I should come work for him, Dr. David Asher, directly. On a random Tuesday morning, like it was nothing.
He didn't like to do things on Mondays. But I also just love that. I feel like that's gotta be a reference to the fucking Street Fighter movie. Because for him, it was just a Tuesday. Said people were always too tired to get anything done anyway.
Yep, that's right. He did say that. I should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized and occasionally straightening his tie. He was a good boss.
He was a good guy.
Yeah.
When did you last speak with him?
In person? Thursday afternoon.
The day before yesterday.
He seemed normal. I mean, I didn't...
We still don't really know anything, Jess.
You're right, thanks. Thursday's the last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you.
I'm guessing you've already been to his place?
Yeah, it's a real mess over there.
It's that bloody?
Oh God, no, not that kind of mess. I just mean with the cops stacked in the media, stacked on the lawyers. Each of them with their own network of drones and all their droning. It's very, it's a very high productivity atmosphere, is what I mean.
When were you able to get over there?
Well, I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me.
Last night?
They said they needed my help sorting through all his... Well, you know about how he left things unorganized sometimes.
He's been dead since last night, and they've kept it under wraps that long. I know there's a lot of powerful people in his circle, but to stop it from leaking over 12 hours? That seems like more than just your typical powerful people trying to control the narrative. Seems more like there's something they're actively trying to suppress. So you found out last night?
Right, last night. Oh, God! I'm so sorry. I should have told you as soon as I found out.
Really, it's alright. Did you see anything?
No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. He was airlifted to the hospital ASAP, and that's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there that long. Not compared to the lawyers. I think and the rest of the company people seemed pretty entrenched.
Noble set up camp before the police even arrived. So what time would that have been?
I guess I got there around 9 p.m.? Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silo mode, and I got locked out of everything but my work stuff. Set my last blah at 9:13. See? Gonna expire whoever put me in heels this morning. It me.
They can do that to your phone? Lock you out of your social media?
Of course not. Well, unless I'm on the clock, or off the clock, but on company property. They can remote all my tech, yeah.
How convenient. Dear Lord, I can't imagine what my life would be like if at work I literally could not get on any of my fucking distraction apps for my ADHD.
Yeah, that's gonna be me in my line of work if they decide to lock me into one of like the super secret remote rooms.
Oof, I feel for you.
So if I got in at 9 p.m., I guess the rest of the company people had been there since 8:30 p.m.? I hadn't been there more than a few minutes before the mood changed. Word about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak.
I see. He died after he reached the hospital. That's unexpected. It's 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucrat purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room. But other than that, if you reach the hospital alive, a good doctor can stabilize most any patient within a few moments. And Noble Electronics' lead programmer would have a very good doctor. So, what the hell happened? Is she mistaken? Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason, or...
Hard to think about, I know.
Yeah. Or hard to believe. Guess I have to wonder, what kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days?
Right, of course. He asked me to give you something.
Something? Did Dave make, like, anxiety medication that could be used in an inhaler? Because that's what I get the feel of every time she takes a, like, huff. Is he trying to build suspense?
Right, it's just, well... I don't know exactly what it is.
You have no idea. I love also the, like, hollow gotcha sound that comes up whenever things get weird.
He asked me to give you the contents of his safe.
Are we head to the bank, then?
No, see, he has this private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? Well, I say safe, but it might be more accurate to call it a storage locker? Or a false wall?
And he told you what... And all he told you was he wanted me to have what's inside.
Right, he was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight into your hands. Handle it in person, he said.
Strange. This is pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. Coming from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid. Even when he had every right to be. If he wanted this handled in a certain way, it must be for a good reason. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, correct?
Yeah, Thursday.
And he passed last night, Friday.
Yeah. Wait, you don't think that when we met, he had already decided?
It's not healthy to speculate on that sort of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know.
I mean, museums would beg to differ.
You also need to realize we're dealing with a sociopath.
Fair. You're probably right. Besides, we'll need to focus. Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, it looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it.
Oh lord, I can't wait to see how the fuck Morgan reacts around the fucking news media. This is gonna be fine. Noble Employee Housing, Building, Platia. Did I say that right?
Latia? Yeah.
Lobby.
I thought there were a lot of police here before. Maybe too late to ask, but you're not bad with crowds, are you, Morgan?
She's kidding, right? It's downright airy in here compared to what we just waded through. Wide-eyed and clenched fists, heads peeking over shoulders and around signs. Police, both mechanical and warm-blooded, closing rank with holograms and quick-set wires to draw a severe perimeter. I'm so good at cold reading, guys. Totally. While protesters, mourners, fanatics, and busybodies shuffle about at the edges of the police line, the heat of their panicked anxiety washing over. Who the hell were all those people?
Well, we've always there've always been people with stronger feelings about our products.
Androids step forward into the mob, gently, firmly, unfeelingly parting the human tide. Most of them with official police branding, but a few remotely deputized consumer models emerge from the crowd to join them. All of them built by Noble. All of them built from David's code. All of them standing vigil outside his tomb. This is all technically company property, isn't it?
Yep, David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are Noble employees too.
Not an uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, rent from Noble. Wave hello to your Noble neighbors in the morning, and make sure to request a spot in line at the official company crematorium. They don't actually do the last part, I think. Does Noble handle employees' funerary arrangements?
Yeah, it's a pretty standard benefit actually. It's cheap for them compared to dental. Damn.
That's saying something because funerals cost like a small wedding.
Depending on the funeral, it might cost more than a wedding.
Yeah,
Cough.
Yeah, if you're just like atomizing the corpse, then yeah.
Sorry, I also come from a big family, so the last funeral I had was spent around 6 kids.
I'm not to be that way online. I'm thinking about my dad's funeral, actually. And I'm thinking about how much that fancy little box that he currently sits in, that my dad is resting in, and that my cat spends so much of his day laying on. And just like how much that box and the urn inside the box and the bag of my dad inside the urn inside the box, all of that cost, never mind the memorial or anything else.
Ooh.
Yeah, it costs more than my older sister's wedding.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, not to get real.
You're fine. You're fine. We have commiserate on this stream about live struggles. Like back when we were doing one of the AI Somnium Files games, I literally admitted I wasn't making a living wage. You're in the right place for this.
I have depression.
Okay, I'm gonna say I have depression might be one of the episode titles.
Perfect.
But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard and the company will have you set for life.
after.
Heyo.
I really love those scenes where I could just give the most dark Morgan reads. Both the state and noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security and damage control and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints?
No, absolutely not.
So who do we need permission from? The cops or the company?
My request went through, so we should have the go-ahead from both at this point. We won't need to get near the actual, Is it still called a crime scene? If it's not technically a crime?
I don't want to think about how many suits Noble's paying to debate that question right this very instant. David's vault is in the penthouse basement. Which sounds like an oxymoron now that I think about it.
Yeah, in the future, your basement is still, like, several hundred miles above ground. What the hell?
Well, no, the basement would have to be an entire floor under the penthouse.
Yeah.
So that means that basement is the size of the penthouse, which, at that point, it's just the sub-penthouse. But we can't get to it from these ground floor elevators. I'll have to ride straight to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door, and then head down. If Jess says we can do all that without stumbling across where he died, then...
Okay. So if we just flash my ID card at any problem that comes up...
Including him? Our boy!
Yeah! I was this guy before. I can take him.
No, Saris was this. You were Reyes.
Oh, right.
Wasn't this the guy that I gave, like, that not exactly southern accent?
I think so.
Kinda, yeah.
Something like that? Yeah. Hey, ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone by, and we won't be able to maintain. Huh? Oh, you're that lawyer. Morgan.
You caught me, detective. How long has it been?
Feels like it's been ages. Joke's on you, it's been 2 weeks.
Oh dear, not still bitter about our last encounter, I hope. I went and got a fidget tubby, like, charm, see? It left an impression on me.
I'll live.
I don't see the spunky one around. You taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm?
Detective Ray, base is around. Why? You miss her that bad?
I love that there's only like 2 big toxic Yuri ships in this thing, and one of them is just Morgan and Reyes, and every time it's just one being happy and one being angry. I had blind pimples that were more endearing.
You two know each other?
Jess Starling, meet homicide detective, Kasem London.
Kasim.
Kasim. I should know.
It's a pleasure, miss.
Oh, likewise?
As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted. It comes with the line of work.
Morgan's being modest, sweetheart. We're practically blood.
Oh, wow. Me? Sweetheart?
Something wrong, Starling?
No, nothing wrong.
I was just giving myself the vapors.
But as close as we are, I still can't let her walk in on the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today.
Play by the rules, so there is a game afoot. What makes you assume I'm here in a professional capacity?
You're a criminal defense attorney, and we're at a crime scene. Call it old man's intuition.
Good detectives don't rely on intuition, though, do they? They rely on evidence.
Oh, I don't rely on it. Don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then when my back acts up, because I've been carrying this entire thing.
Oh, cool.
I love that Morgan's completely indifferent while basically Jess is just the fandom for London. Guy gets a big gray in his hair and he thinks it's a free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy. Hey man, he's rocking that jacket. Let him at least revolve her ocelot. Well, I'm afraid your intuition is off this morning, detective. I'm here on a private matter.
The deceased wasn't your client?
No, that would have been a conflict of interests.
Conflict of... You two knew each other? That should be a question. That should be a question. I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences.
Thank you. But what I could really use is a bit of your help.
You sure rally fast.
Jess,
Right. Well, we have this clearance here, Detective, sir, from legal, which allows us...
That's alright, little lady. I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holstered for now.
Little lady?
okay, wait a second. Can I pull it up? Yeah, just profiles. It's been a minute since, and we haven't actually checked any of the new ones we've gotten, so. Here's for Jessica, June 26th. I was trying to find her age. Oh, it doesn't give it. I wanted to find it. Oh, what?
They don't actually list the ages.
I wanted to find out like how much. I wanted to find out how much the age gap and what like her strike zone was. But likes dancing, buying shoes, reselling shoes, smart. Doesn't like hangovers, mood. Soft mattresses. Are you human? Ugh.
I mean, there is legitimacy in that because some people have like back things to where they can't take soft mattresses. They need like that extra firmness.
Zako, get out of my house.
Also, hey Talia, yeah, we're seeing you. Yes, hate, peace, less. I love that. But welcome. Yeah, we're playing Of the Devil, which, as much as I love having friends in chat, I would say if you haven't at least seen someone play through the episode 0, which is free on Steam, I recommend you go back and watch our playthrough on YouTube, because there's a very big elephant in the room about the story that you need to have seen episode 0 for. And we don't want to spoil that because this is a very good story-driven game that we want more people to see. So, just a heads up for that. Also, because some people here have forgotten the typical rules around here. Gotta remind them. Also, Leah, we definitely see you going through Those Who Wander. Soon you're going to have me and Saracen your DMs as we gush about things that we can't tell the other people. So look forward to that. But yeah, okay, back to our girl, Jess. Charm point? Yeah, she does have a very pretty smile. Relax. Bar hopping in the lower wards. Okay, I'm not someone who could actually ever really like bar hopping. I am very much a give me my amount to drink and I'm going to sit in a place and just enjoy. And best at reading stock market. I actually didn't see that for her, but that makes sense.
Give me that skill set. I want to make some money.
Yeah. I was wondering if it was going to be him or someone else. But yeah, no, that's our boy David. Let's see here. So, likes street food, crowds, and fishing. This man looks like the super introvert child. I'm surprised at half of those. Dislikes brain freeze, driving, and lint. Custom designed by Fiamma. Yep. Wow, I have almost the exact same glasses, but mine are like $12. Shampoo, expensive. You know what? Fair. And sense of humor, unique. Okay, now I have to find out about a joke he had. Ah, Victoria Masters was the witch. Wait, depends on the time of day. Lawyer to the rich and famous, semi-retired. Okay. Likes handsome men, pretty women, expensive liquors. Oh, okay, I love her. Dislikes clingy people, prudish people, flying commercial.
Flying commercial. Oh.
Imagine. Considering 2/3 of this call will be doing that soon.
No, this is really, really funny to me. Of course I would pick this character. Of course I would pick the character who was, you know what, that's how you know we're acting.
To be fair, you gave her the perfect energy.
Listen, I saw the text and I understood. I understood the energy that was brought into the studio.
I also just love age, difficult to verify, so it's just like, mommy, question mark? Oh, and she's why Morgan smokes. She smokes cigars even though she's pictured with a cigarette.
Well, no, it does say cigars, Death 13 cigarettes, and other adult stuff.
Oh, I love her. Okay, and then go check out London, see how much has changed. Fall colors, morning airs, dimples. Okay, he knows what he's about. Touchscreens, cheap earbuds, and white rum. I really hope they give us a story about the white rum. And, yes, truly, a partisan. Loves them both. Good at coming up with nicknames. Oh, I can't wait to find out his nickname for Morgan. And bad at remembering birthdays, you know what, fair. Okay, what else did we learn? Okay, I'm just gonna clear some of these just so that we can see when we get new stuff that we might need to read. We know we can grasp out Noble. We can grasp out David. They already explained animates to us. And I need to check on Automated Dependent because we didn't hear anything about that. We know mods. This is Cyberpunk. Okay. Saki, do you want to do Automated Dependent so we actually know about that shit?
Sure. Abbreviated as AD and referred to in common as AD or ADS. Automated Dependent is a catch-all term encompassing robots, intelligent programs, interactive holograms, and androids. So they do. I will say they do make the distinction that the robots they have here are not AI. They are like set program, like personalities and whatnot.
Ah, well, I mean that's smart, especially considering how what we're dealing with AI now.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we just know that that's just another term for like the type of machines we're dealing with. We can move on. We aren't here for David, really. We won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, Detective.
Alright, why not?
How generous.
I can afford to be generous today. Because if I screw up...
He gestures to the lobby full of suits and cops.
Plenty of folks at hand ready to pick up the slack.
Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I can take this time to ask you a few questions.
Hey, you can always ask, Tiger.
Which is funny.
But I think you understand what I mean. Huh?
I was just gonna say it because it's funny because she has a lion on her lighter.
You're right. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me.
You're in a room filled with probably at least 30 lawyers, not counting the one you're directly talking to. Yeah. Okay, so we need to unlock these. You're looking a bit haggard. How long have you been here, anyway?
Since this morning. But civilized folks don't call it morning when the streetlights are still on.
Even if you got here around 1 or 2 in the morning, that's still means homicide wasn't brought in until hours after Noble had the lay of the land. Sounds like you could use a break.
I could use a retirement package.
Okay, considering that police retirement is one of the most protected things in their union, this really is a bad future.
Yep. Hey, you're a lawyer, right?
According to all my business cards.
Think I can sue for elder abuse?
Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose, though.
I already regret asking.
Why'd they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway?
Man is dead. And he wasn't killed by fire, a vehicle, organized criminals, or disinformation.
As far as we know.
So at the moment, homicide's technically not the worst fit. But we're leading in name only. A high-profile death like this, everyone's got an eye on us. And a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck.
I've been checking my phone, but the only thing the news seems to agree on is that David passed away.
Sorry, but if you're asking for details...
No, thank you. For not letting them make this into a parade. Yet.
We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved with the ongoing investigation.
He declined to say victim. Detective, Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years.
Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Well, no, I mean, if anything, Morgan's proof she's very good at her job and also very good at masking the red flags.
Listen, he doesn't like her though.
I know. Can you tell me if he killed himself?
I want him to say negative Ghost Rider. Like, he just has that energy about him that's like, negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
It looks like that's the case.
Also, I love that he has the energy that we just discovered that he... Actually, no, that was David who likes fishing. He gives off the energy of the guy who just rather be fishing and has the hat, women fear me, fish love me. I see. Thank you for telling me that.
Dr. Ash.
Yeah, you're, well, sorry.
Another round of guarded words. David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. But all this tiptoeing gives me the feeling that whatever happened to David, it wasn't cut and dry. You boys and Noble all getting along with each other, sharing your toys?
Some of the younger ones are bristling. But I always play well with the others, Counselor.
And how well do Megs play with you? They give you full access to the building security?
They've given us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system. Top of the line coverage, top to bottom of the building. The size of the data stream's torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all.
more conspiratorial man might think that was intentional.
Curious and data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide? Maybe.
Wait, they gave you full access to the penumbra? But that means every android in the building is feeding you their full spectrum.
You know your stuff. The penumbra, wow. Penumbra pulls data from any androids connected to the building's net. But that's not much help since
there weren't any androids in the penthouse.
Right.
You know, I'd heard the rumors. Never put much stock into them, but it's true. Asher really never owned a single android?
Never.
Well, I suppose I might do the same if I was a genius who programmed them all. Every time they opened their mouths, it'd just be...
His own lip service refracted 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind a mask he carved.
Yeah, I could kind of see it from the perspective, like, God doesn't want to sit in the same room as his creations. He's just going to keep them all outside of his house. So that means you'll have, excuse me, cold read. So that means all you'll have to investigate with are the penthouse's security cameras.
Yeah, that should be more than enough to wrap up the case like this. In a good way, I mean.
But that then comes down to, are they the kind of, like, dystopia where they don't have cameras in the bathrooms or bedrooms? Because then at that point, anyone wanted to murder someone, they would know the exact blind spots. Or if someone wanted to make this an elaborate, like, fucking mystery, they would know the places where they could fake it.
We're very much on top of this, ladies.
David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics.
Uh-huh.
One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field.
Some people felt that way, sure.
Oh, this time I forgot to read, and I'm the one actually scrolling everything. So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that?
Remind me, which one of us is the detective again?
You really want to let me pick your brain?
You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial. Androids especially.
We at Noble are aware that our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but...
No need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I've never really understood the hate.
It's not that complicated, is it? How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career?
Every last one of them's lost their jobs because of their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses. Fired them. Nah, ads are just a symptom. Scratch that. Ads are just a product. Stop being so real. I will jump out this window. Getting mad at them is pointless. And vandalizing them is less than pointless. Because unlike us, they're all insured. I hate it here. Stop that!
That's the entire point of cyberpunk dystopia!
I hate it here. Stop that! that?
Everything hurts. And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports.
True. Nice to have at least one thing we make in this country.
That's right. Nobles only outsources the production of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is proudly done right here at home.
I will die laughing if they eventually reveal, like, episode 5, that this is just Detroit. I somehow doubt everyone considered the specifics of Noble's supply chain be a point of national pride. But you don't need a political science degree to see how much the state values Noble's contributions to the national economy.
Alright, now listen. I don't mind being helpful, and I am trying to be sensitive here. But we really do have a lot on our hands at the moment. So I'm gonna have to ask you to be discreet, and ideally fast.
Well, our business is just in the basement. David's basement.
But the penthouse is on the top floor, the roof. So the basement would be...
Second to last floor. If you want to be technical, detective, the point is...
We don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. We'll go straight back to his workshop and then head downstairs.
The kitchen and the parlor.
I understand. But all the same, I'd like to escort you two ladies there myself.
This way we can have all 3 of the people in call still be engaged. Wow, an escort like royalty. Isn't he a gentleman?
Uh-huh. Yes, he's...
Lead the way, detective. Though I'm going to leave on this ellipsis because I need to use the restroom and also allow anyone else who needs a break to step away for a second.
I would love some water.
Yeah, I need to go to the bathroom too.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back, chat. Let me see if I can't throw up the BRB screen real quick here.
My chat now, my stream now, because I ain't leaving.
Go ahead.
Howdy, chat. How we doing? What snackies are we eating, chat? What drinkies are we drinking, chat? I got myself some water. Got some Dr. Pepper. I see Bubba's doing good. It's always a good night when Bubba's doing good. Lemonade in a sandwich. All right, what kind of sandwich though? What like hot or cold or like what we doing? Leftover pasta, El Robot, that chef's kiss. Beautiful, amazing, immaculate. I also have to ask what kind of pasta. Sweet tarts and hard candy. I haven't thought about sweet tarts in like a million years. I forgot that they existed. Oh gosh, like I'm trying to think of the last time I had any kind of like hard candy or like any kind of sweet tarts, and I genuinely think it must have been like, oh my gosh, it must have been like maybe high school?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, and I'm in an area where sweet tarts, like, you had to be like a weird kid to like sweet tarts. This is a Smarties country.
No, yeah, I get that. I get that entirely. Also, welcome back.
Yeah.
Hot spicy Italian. Excellent choice. Pizza, excellent pizza rolls, even excellent choice. And shells and meat sauce. I'm seeing a lot of Italian up in this chat, and I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Welcome back, Zaku.
Okay, cool.
We're having a conversation about the eats happening in this chat, and I'm seeing a dichotomy of Italian food or Italian adjacent food and hard candy.
Which Zako, we can leave on the ellipsis for a little bit. Did you experience any good Japanese hard candies while you were overseas?
Japanese hard candies. No, I didn't get an opportunity to try those. I did try. I did have a lot of sweets though. I think that my particular favorite one. It wasn't really a candy. It was a sweet, but it was basically. I forget the name of it, but it's a little. It's two like mini pancakes, like a sandwich. Uses like the bread top and bottom, and in the middle was like a mixture of some white cream as well as some red bean paste.
One of
Good
these
shit.
one of these days I need to try red bean paste. It's one of those things that we don't have a large Japanese like import area here in Missouri, surprisingly. So I've never had the chance, but I figure like, we'll be at a con soon. Maybe I'll try some then. But all right, we get back. True to his word, London ushered us past the chattering suits and humming drones to the checkpoint into the elevator. As it climbed to the sky, we got a good look at the growing throngs of people gathered outside, and its shifting makeup. Seems like it's mostly protesters now, or worse, brand loyalists. Idiots led around by the nose their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning.
God.
Listen, Morg is the perfect POV character for all three of us in Call, but we are all looking at what we all hate.
I want off this ride. Not actually, I'm joking, but I want off this ride.
No, totally. The feel for this is it hurts so good. Today's trail having led them here for half reasons they couldn't put into words even if their lives depended on it. They're like insects. I love they just printed the script. You can see it. They marked it.
Yeah. Highlight, bold, italicized.
And they look like them from up here. They're probably already preparing their spin, the misunderstood genius of David Asher, a video essay in 5 parts. Dear Lord, I can feel Citric being like, give. Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I've never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded. He never wanted attention. The chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. He just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried in his work with his eyes fixed ahead. This is... Oh, that's you.
This is what? His laboratory?
His shop, he called it.
How down to earth.
It's messy in here. David always was disorganized. Why a programmer needed to make such a mess just to run tests on computers, I'll never... But sloppy as he could be, he didn't like it when other people saw it. If he was leaving things like this, he must not have entertained any guests down here in some time. Thanks for all your help, Detective London.
Don't mention it. What? You want me to step out?
We won't take long.
Not lacking for boldness, are you? Look, I have to take a phone call.
We'll be in and out as soon as possible. Promise. And whatever Dr. Ash wanted.
Once set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it.
Right. At least she's already wearing gloves.
If we find a dead body, you'll be the first to call.
Morgan, what was the stuff about his foundation? Dr. Ash's charity has always been managed by an outside group.
You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you?
Actually, this is my first.
Well, generally speaking, it's not really common to retrieve things from the premises while the cops are still searching them.
Oh. Oh!
Look, if David had something to give to me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it. Understand?
Of course.
Great. After you.
Right. Quiet as a church house.
The phrase is quiet as a church mouse, but I love Morgan is as much of a pedant as me.
Calm myself. I'm okay. I'm okay.
But now doesn't seem like the time to correct her.
I was about to say, what was that falling noise? It was her.
Why is the guy who works on androids got like a fucking Ferrari up on a lift? Okay. David's shop was a mess, but the mess felt familiar. It was very David. Coming down here, I barely recognized the place. For starters, the goddamn gym. David hated exercise. Always claimed he didn't have the time for it. Even when I got him that treadmill and the subscription to the personal coaching program with the scheduling subroutine, said he couldn't find the time. And even when I explained to him that the program accounted for that and adapted his schedule, he still...
Morgan, what's up?
Sorry, I'm just gazing at what I wish would be my life.
You're smiling. What's so funny?
That's cursed.
Nothing. Just surprised to see the place renovated.
Yeah, he actually had me on the mail tag with a couple contractors a while back. I never thought I'd have to learn so much about concrete and wiring and marble. Did you know that marble needs to be treated or else indoor air will start to corrode it?
Now I've learned! I didn't know that. Is that true?
Wait, is it not? But her guy told me without an epoxy finish, the entire bar table could...
Is that the vault over there, then?
I think poor Jess got hustled for a little extra detail that wasn't needed.
Who knows?
Yeah, stands out, I guess.
Nervous?
What's that? A little, I guess. But the inhaler helps, mostly, so...
Aren't you going to open it?
Open it? Don't you know the combination?
No, I don't know the combination to David's basement vault.
Oh. Oh. Oh, no. How could I have... He didn't tell you or give you a code or...
He gave me the code to get into the building. And the parking garage. Not the code to whatever this is.
I
also love the music swell of just what was Jess's emotions, where Morgan's just like, oh, this is interesting. Okay. You know, there were a lot of scattered papers back in his shop. Could he have left you a note on one of them?
Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You just stay right there, Morgan. I'll have this settled in just a sec.
Sounds good. Right then. Well, it's definitely locked. Looks like a Tempest. Oh, that's a Tethys. I actually know that. That's Egyptian. Tethys basic sturdy cure, anti-hack, anti-digital high-rated code panel. Nothing basic about it, but at least I can see the password limited to 6 characters. Only 1 million possible combinations. Dear Lord, Morgan, the fact you can figure... Why am I talking about this? She's a sociopathic savant. She's way above my brain capacity.
Well, it also said that she liked trigonometry.
True. So, which do we want to do, guys?
Screw that.
Forget it. There's a different terminal over here. Cotter security systems, according to the label, maybe controls the whole room? Damn, it's password protected too, and the code's 64 digits long. What's the point of a camera system that's harder to crack than your literal vault, you egg-headed? Okay, yeah. The programmer probably would care more about the IoT than whatever he could fit in the safety deposit box. Guess it's 6-digit vault or nothing. But I'm a lawyer, not a lockpick. And whatever other felonies I get up to in my private time, I've never pulled off a bank heist before. Only tool I've got here is my head. So what do I know? I know whatever David put in his safe he wanted kept secure. And I also know that he wanted me to have it. So maybe he thought ahead. Maybe he guarded it in such a way that I would be the only one who could get to it. David liked games. And he really liked beating me. So if he left one last puzzle for me, I don't mind going another round. Okay, okay. Alright, let's see, what are all the things? Okay, there's the bar to inspect. There's that. I'm surprised the car isn't a clue, because that feels the most out of place. This guy does not feel like a car guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the biggest red flag would be this. So I'm starting with here. Contextual! There we go, okay. I have to figure out what I actually click on. Taking a closer look, this is a pretty serious looking set of resistance training equipment. These weights, they're all set near the max. If Noble hadn't appointed him a nutritionist along with his stylist, David would be downright scrawny. There's no way he's putting up these numbers. In which case, digits on the weights could be a clue. But there's too many, and I can't just guess the order. So what the hell, Asher? Did you just set all of the weights to max because it looked more neat? Oh? Oh! I didn't even notice a giant-ass crack! This flooring's a new addition. It looks rough, like sandpaper, but it's bouncy? Rubberized? Feels like something you drag your feet on at the gym or at the factory floor. It's more high performance than high class. Expensive, but not in the way you'd expect for a penthouse. Well, scratch that. It's actually cracked here. Rubber doesn't break, it bends. That's its thing. So, someone must have cheaped out on the installation, left a defect in. That, or David left a jackhammer on his overnight. Okay. This must be his spare liquor cabinet. Damn, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And a lot of bottom shelf swill. The kind of bargain bin vodka and nose burner whiskey that only an undergrad programmer could love. You know what, fair? Nostalgia sweet like that, overpowering. 1 part per million can cover up the cheapest aftertaste. David's wine collection, still towering over the room. Don't know why he'd buy so many bottles. He didn't even particularly like this stuff. Maybe just to fill out all these shelves? But not all of the bottles are untouched. Some of them have dust on them, and some of them don't have any dust on them at all. There's a mechanism for retrieving the bottles off the rack. The latest bottle chosen was a Mare de Comp 81. Could be significant. Except Except vintages only list the year they were bottled, not the month or day. It's not enough digits for the code. Okay, so there's still something here I'm not seeing. Okay. I mean, those drums would be a thing, so... Okay, where is it? I could advance, but there's typically something... Oh! It's a very big painting. And it's, Impressionist? No, Cubal.
Cubist, which is still incorrect.
I love the game is even. Is he a pedantic to her? Yeah, cubicle.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Clearly.
It's not.
It is not.
Lyric style, I do remember that David liked his painting. Like this painting. If there was a date on it, that could be a 6-digit password, but I don't see it anywhere on here. Maybe signing your work was considered gauche amongst the cubicalists? Alright, I've searched the whole room now. Time to make or break.
So, if you pull up your phone...
Okay, give me a second here. It's not giving me that option.
Ah, shit. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
So, I know enough that the answer was in the painting.
Okay.
Weird that it won't let you pull your phone up.
It's also not letting me interact with this.
Type on your keyboard.
Oh, okay. So, if possible, could you pull up the answer? Because we're soft-locked.
Sure. Where was it?
Yeah, chat, sorry. We're totally professional on this stream. Haven't you figured that out yet?
Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Where were you?
This has taught us a lesson, though. We're going to start actually taking all of those purple words a lot more seriously the second we get them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%.
11:25:58.
Okay. Alright, first I need to re-click on it. 11:2558. Well, goddamn. Feels like I just got lucky here. Oh,
So
now... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, quickly pull up your phone and try going through all those words real quick.
Big blue painting, okay. I'll let you read.
Predator/Predator is an oil-on-canvas painting by the mid-21st century neo-abstract expressionist Mads Haestorp. Arguably his most well-known work, it's displayed in the Kruderheim Centre de Art Moderne for 9 months before Haestorp entered the premises on 11/28/58, and used a hunting knife to cut the singular missive canvas into 3 separate pieces. When asked for comment, Haestorp replied, "My works are not complete until they have been signed."
Fair. Alright, so IoT and Tethys are the big ones, though. Meg, I'll start with Meg, because I think that's the least interesting one that we're going to get.
Derogatory and hateful term used refer to mega corporations or anyone who works for them.
Okay, yeah, we don't need to go much farther into that. We're anti-corporation. Tethys, though, I want to find out, if only for the naming convention.
Largest online shopping and consumer Amazon shipping. Oh, it's Amazon.
Ah.
And yes, we really do have everything for sale. So just this lame-o search engine and head over to our online store to find what you're really looking for, hot stuff. Not interested in sponsored search results? See further with a premium account. The Internet of Things refers to the network data sharing that goes on in between all countless electronics that we monitor ourselves with. Oh, so the cloud, essentially.
Yeah. Basically, all the stuff they explained that they could pull services for the police to actually find footage. Though we do have 12 chips. We've been doing good on at least collecting those.
That's very true.
But what I was going to say before we pulled up the phone is, having seen this, I kind of figured what we were going to find, but now I'm getting huge Outlaw Star vibes. Am I the only one here? I hope I didn't spend all my good fortune for the rest of the month.
Hey, Morgan, What? How did you get it open? What is that?
I turned back around just in time to see a door finish swinging open with mechanical grace, revealing... a girl?
In a box, girl in a box, girl in a box.
Like I said, outlaw fucking star!
Wow, is that Leophodia?
With a barcode emblazoned on her temple. Required by law to be plainly visible. It's an android, clearly marked as such. And yet, even staying this close, I could swear it's...
Noreen?
I stepped forward and placed the back of my wrist on the android's brow. Warm.
It, must be a prototype for the Animate 16. Or maybe a prototype for the 17 or 18?
Okay, that's just a fucking Dragon Ball reference.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that the first time. Fuck.
Well, to be fair, the script was still being worked on when Toriyama passed, so I think that was more of just a nice little thing they put in there.
Yeah.
A biomechanical android with real human flesh. Wait, is it real human flesh? That is...
Well, sorry, biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from Black's Gemini cultures, but
Sorry, I misspoke. Jess, thank you for clearing that up, because I really did want to know how they validated having human flesh. The Petri dish stuff is horrifying and terrible, but at least it's not actual human flesh.
To be fair, I think Morgan just shoots straight with what it is instead of playing with like the fancy terms. Like earlier with Leo, how she called it blood, but Leo had to be like, it's not blood, it's oxidation fluid.
Yeah, but still, I'm glad we're not going into biopunk. We're still in cyberpunk, okay?
Right, understandable, since...
You seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't Noble been working on warm androids like this one for a few years now?
Warm androids like this one? I mean, yes, we have. Sorry, it's just that this particular model is very, it's very cutting edge.
Bleeding edge, judging by the flush of those cheeks. I think it's safe to say we found what we're looking for.
L Robot, do you know how hard it is to get cruelty-free organics? I think so too.
That presents a problem then.
Oh, do you not approve?
I've got nothing against androids. My concern is a bit more immediate and, well, practical.
Practical?
I don't know how to turn it on.
No, don't worry. I've watched Chobits.
Listen here, you little shit.
Do you see a switch or something?
Do you?
Can we turn it around, or...?
I poked the android's ribs. A little less give than I expected, given its frame, but the rigidity is remarkably lifelike. I placed my hand on his shoulder and give it a shake. That sounded like a smack!
Yeah.
But it doesn't budge. This thing has to weigh more than...
Right. Androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look.
I'm surprised the whole room isn't slanted. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it.
Crap. First the vault, now this.
I was able to guess the combination by poking around. Compared to that, finding this hunk of junk's power switch should be child's play. And I think I know where to start. Jess, I'm going to step back into the lab for a moment, alright?
Huh? Oh, sure. There's gotta be a manual around here.
Good idea. It might be some kind of prototype, but it's still got a barcode. Maybe you can span the gin number. I almost fell into the how do you say GIF like problem there. And find something in the company files.
Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files on maintenance, tracking, power requirement. Oh, it's basically the Android VIN numbers.
Yeah, they just... Again, I had to remember to pronounce it as the liquor instead of just... Again, the stupid person who thinks that they create a GIF file that should be pronounced GIF. I somehow doubt that the enigmatic android taking a cat nap in a sarcophagus in David Asher's basement will have a user manual. But it can't hurt for her to try, and...
I'm okay. Broke a heel, but I'm okay. I carry glue.
That means it happens too often.
That's so real, though.
Yeah. I just love that it happened to her so much that she's fully prepared at all times.
Hey, you gotta disaster-proof yourself. At least she's self-aware.
And I'd rather search the lab by myself. Now then, if I were David and I wanted to make sure that only one person would be able to walk out here with that android, how would I set that up? Haven't seen one of these since college, but this must be a 3D printer. Of some sort, feels expensive enough to make the other printer look like a soda fountain by comparison. Better not mess with any of its settings.
But the fact that she said soda fountain, it just gives me the idea of like, we're in the future. Our water fountains just spray Mountain Dew.
I didn't even think that. I just thought it was more, we've seen that she likes more archaic things, that she would at least know about soda fountains back in the day. These appear to be holding tanks for something. How should I know? No labels on anything typical for a genius. But a nightmare for anyone to pick up after it. It's a lot more hard science than I expected in here. Centrifuges and glasses and microscopes. Don't programmers do all their work with a keyboard? Love that globe. Oh, I hate seeing the cyberbiotic, like, this is my hell. Diagrams of human anatomy, the hand... Oh, so that's just human anatomy. Okay, that's a lot better. I thought... The hands are highlighted. The most developed part of the human body, good for making stone axes and sending emails. Robots and frames can do just fine with claws or 3-digit imitations. But androids are expected to look like people and move like them too. Getting the hands right must be a big priority at Noble.
The only artistic thing in their design.
That tree-like shape on the right is a neuron. Those branches receive the input from varying weights, and then, if the sum is greater than a certain threshold, the neurons fire. And a 0 becomes a 1, and all the neurons, and all the other zeros around it, take that into consideration. Repeat that a couple billion times a second, and you've got a human brain, a computer powerful enough to simulate all reality. That's the analogy I read in a magazine, anyway. There. Out the skylight.
I saw something that said boot up around the computer.
Yeah, I was checking to see if I got anything else. Also, from what we've learned about Asher, I'm just like, yeah, the trash that should have been taken out, but he was just like, okay, it's over there. The mess is in its own space. It's not affecting me. It's good. Neurodivergent energy. Looks like a fairly normal computer. If I'm lucky, the security will be fairly normal as well.
Boot up complete. Username?
Vocal commands. David Asher. Morgan. Guest.
Thank you for logging in as a guest.
Didn't recognize my voice, so I could probably rule out vocal commands being a key to waking the android.
Do you have a question?
More than one. For now, though, what should I search for on his computer? I'm gonna start with the easy ones, and then I think Morgan might be the linchpin there. Search for files on androids.
60,000 results and counting.
Yeah, okay, David would have a lot of files on androids. Let's search smarter than that. Search files for basement.
812 results on the local drive. Should I expand the search?
Okay, he really did plan out that fucking basement. Auditing how he renovated his basement could take all day. Search for files for Morgan.
23 results on the local drive.
I can work with that. Mostly phone books, social data. I don't recognize this file type, some kind of personal format. Date of birth, education, occupation, blood type, height, weight. Alright, buddy, that's a little invasive, don't you think? DNA and fingerprints? Now, why do you have that, David? My DNA isn't in any database. I made sure of that. He couldn't have bought this anywhere. He must have collected it himself from a wine glass or the like. It would have been easy to do. Why do it? Alright, starting to get pretty clear picture what it'll take to turn on this android. I've got the what, for the where and how. I'll just have to manage. It's still just a piece of machinery. If it really won't turn on, I can always start hitting it. Hey, also remember, this thing looks like a teen. Let's not start throwing hands.
Morgan, there you are. I looked in every registry I could find, in every database I could get into, but I don't think this android is in the system.
It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself up over it.
Yes, but an android without proper identification is...
It's only buying or selling an android without proper identification that's illegal. It doesn't seem like he ordered this online.
I guess you're right, huh?
We'll have it registered soon enough. Anyway, I think I figured out what we need to do here.
Oh?
If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on.
What are you thinking?
David had my fingerprints and my DNA on file. By requiring both, he could be reasonably sure that no one was powering up this android without my approval. You've done a swab before, haven't you?
Every month for the company. Apparently they're building a database on employee epigenetics cross-referenced with... Oh, so you're gonna...
My DNA and my fingerprint make the key. Now, where to find the lock? I don't like any of these. I'm gonna try the hand. There was that diagram back in his shop. Was it meant to be a literal handshake verification?
Huh. I thought that would work.
Me too. Maybe somewhere of a last surface area. Torso, the chest. I'm not doing that. I don't like the options we're left with.
Pick her nose. Do it, coward.
The nose? I guess it's not impossible.
Morgan? Are you really gonna stick your thumb up its nose?
No, I'm not. It takes something that silly to boot it up. I don't even want it anymore. Lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Not the worst place to make a scan, even if it is gross placing my finger there.
Oh, that's... Still not doing it, huh?
Come on, do I really need to push my finger deeper? Jiggle the key?
Oh man, you went right in there. Are you touching the tongue?
It's blinking at me. Well, Saris, here's your main character.
Come on, man. I feel like it needs a different voice, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
You're supposed to have a tongue depressed. You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to you, too. I really am liking them just printing the script as actual things.
Cute.
Hello. I've never seen you two before.
I guess we should introduce ourselves then.
I will say she's a little more human than that. Hi.
This is Jessica Starling. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that?
I understand. She is Jessica Starling, and you're Morgan. Last name unknown?
No, Morgan, my last...
Father told me about you.
Aw, he did? Wait. Father?
David? You had it call you Daddy.
I am referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused?
That's not the word I'd use. I'll throw a bone beyond the grave for the good doctor and just move this along. Did David say that he was giving you to me, transferring ownership?
Ownership?
Good question.
Ah, that is correct.
And what else did?
Mostly correct.
Right. What else did he tell you?
Many things.
I like her confidence pose. Oh.
Can you specify?
I thought conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program.
Did Dr. Asher... Oh, sorry.
Sorry. You go.
Oh, good. Did Dr. Asher tell you anything that he wanted to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on?
Yes.
Jess, I think it's trying to.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'll give you two. Or, well, I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually gotten about 14 messages in the last 2 minutes, so... I'll just head back up to the lab and make some calls, okay?
Thanks, Jess.
Yes. Thank you, Jess.
You're welcome.
Just the two of us now. So, what do I call you?
My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan.
Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So what's the message?
Father told me that I would be living with you from now on. And he told me that you would look after me.
Shouldn't be the other way around?
Should it?
A model this lifelike with warmth and breath, something close to blood in its veins. Just what are you, anyway?
You forgot my name already. It's Sarah.
What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy type models, are you?
That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour.
What purpose did Asher design you for?
I don't know the answer to that question.
You don't know why he built you?
No. Should I?
How can you not? We're
I
getting
just
real
told you.
existential here.
I just told you. Listen here, you little shit. Do you?
Would I be asking you if I did?
I meant, do you know why you were created? Listen here, you little shit.
I'm already loving you for this.
Why were you born?
Why? Why me? Why would you? Why are you doing this? You're a freak. A monster. What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me. Please. Why? Why? Why was a monster like you even born?
Guess I walked into that one.
Yeah, you sure did, motherfucker.
All right, let's read about the Turing solution because I feel like that's going to be really important going forward.
Dr. David Asher's postgraduate thesis on intelligent programmatic linguistic weighting, a body of work which would come to be known as the Turing solution, named for supposedly being the answer to all past, present, and future Turing tests. The base code is yet to fail any Turing test. The design to determine if given answers come from a human or machine applied within with a success rate below 99.97%. Number of think tanks, charities, corporations hold bounties for designing new Turing tests for the sole purpose of running them against David Asher's work, though none have announced the awarding of any prize money thus far. So basically, David figured out the actual baseline of like determining whether something is human or not.
I also love that ties into that one math equation that you could still solve, and if you do, you'll get like $1 million, but no one can still solve it.
Mm-hmm.
I was starting to wonder if you even had the Turing solution.
Mather's framework for programming linguistics in artificial systems. And the body of work for which he first gained international recognition.
Yeah, an international jealous.
Do you have an answer to my question? Quickly, in a sentence. An answer to why you were created, why you exist.
Occam's razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me.
I see. Then I'll give a similar answer. I was created because Father wanted to make me.
Can't argue with that logic, can I?
Can't argue with that logic. Father did say that you're a lawyer.
Yeah, that's me.
You're a lawyer. And I defeated you with logic.
World-class, high-powered attorney, the best defense money can buy.
So do you catch criminals?
All the gleam in her eye.
That's what cops do.
Do you litigate criminals?
That's what prosecutors do.
Then do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustice, sue corrupt corporations and officials?
I don't think anyone does that anymore.
This is cyberpunk. There is no defending the little man.
What do you do?
I'm a criminal defense attorney.
The defender of the innocent and powerless.
The little drool she has of just like hero worship. Oh. Uh-huh.
Well, do you also...
Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself?
I've never had to do that before.
First time for everything. How old are you?
I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer.
Oh, for two on answering simple questions. What's the date on your earliest memory?
2 years ago.
And where were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility?
I was not constructed at any facility. Father created me here. Jazz hands. By himself.
Again, I love her hands on her hips confident pose. You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturer, any IDs of any designers?
You want to take me apart?
Oh, I am loving all these models. David was a programmer, not an engineer. How could he build a custom android from scratch in the comfort of his own home? He couldn't have. He must have had help, probably a whole department's worth. If I ask around, there's got to be someone in the company who can ID this thing and help me figure out what's so important about it. Aside from the fact it calls him father! I think the intent is pretty clear, Morgan, but again, you're a sociopath. You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of?
This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Pasta, even.
It all comes back full circle. This might be... You might just name this episode Olive Garden.
Yes!
Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? They cannot be worth that much trouble.
My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogs to their equivalents in the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and centrally located pump that circulates oxidant.
You mean you've got a heart? How quaint. I'm just sitting here, there's a song by the Megas I want to put in here that's just, but the burden in your heart I didn't put there. But he did give her hair, so I'll try to find the song reference later. But where does all the extra weight come from?
That's rude. Pardon?
I tried moving you earlier and felt like I was pulling against a truck.
My skeleton is a combination of medical-grade plastics and a military-grade titanium carbide alloy.
That sure took the wind out of our sails.
My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber, with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential rated past.
Wait, did you say military grade?
I have grip strength above 1,000 kilograms. I can run at sustained speeds over 60 kilometers per hour.
Oh,
Damn.
the $6 million daughter, okay.
Yeah. I can jump 6 meters vertically, and I can lift approximately... Hold on. Have you seen the meme that's just the vertical leap?
No.
Okay. Well,
You can put in static and we can check it out after stream so I can get the context.
sure.
I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way it's talking about. Even just standing there, it seems to be poised. Controlled, spring-tight, strength and flexibility, like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank, lifelike enough to avoid detection. As long as it never stepped on a scale, it'd make for the perfect infiltration unit. The perfect weapon if you could keep its development a secret. Did David really put something that heavy on my plate? Dismantling a military prototype in secret?
Why are you complaining?
Why are you complaining? You're a murderer. Why are you complaining?
Well, no.
Why are you upset?
No, here's the thing. Morgan is very self-centered, so I can see where her, idea frame is, especially since we know she's on the sociopathy standpoint. But she isn't realizing that she could dictate the morals to this thing and be like, oh, okay, perfect weapon.
Are you deep in thought?
But a military android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. Would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military?
I have other features I could tell you about if you'd like.
I also like that Sarah is calling out the Phoenix Wright style inner monologue that takes way too fucking long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when game designers are good and writers are clever. If I shot you, would you die?
It would be very painful. And there would be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons would not prove particularly effective.
That settles it. This thing's a weapon, sure as I.
Would you like to know about my hair?
Your hair?
I'm impressed you noticed. Each fiber contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to retain charge throughout the daytime.
That must come in handy?
I haven't actually had a chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality. And I haven't gone outside much.
Okay, so maybe it's not a weapon after all.
Mom, I regret to inform you that I am truly a plant.
You're just a pincushion, aren't you?
I'm not familiar with the term. Searching.
I love that the barcode and her eyes both light up.
Pincushion, jargon, design refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues.
Got an idea, not sure what to do with it, stick it in the pincushion. It's as good as an explanation as for any of what I'm staring at. A mishmash of state-of-the-art military features spliced with odd new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down after only a few years.
Pincushions are small but valid part of the field of android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with their designers' most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results.
But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built by a committee over years with numerous engineers and programmers adding in their pet functions. The android before me claims to have been built by one man. A man who's now... Seems we got off track there, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relay to me?
Besides that you were to look after me? He also told me that you were reliable and that I should trust you.
A fatal mistake.
He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions.
A fatal mistake.
Finally, some good news. You'll be useful to me.
Oh no. Oh no. One fear. Oh. Hey, I'm gonna skip that word.
You can fill us in later.
Wait, huh?
What's that? That word you called me, what was that?
From classical Hebrew. Translated literally, it means my lord.
Yeah, I'm going to defer to you for several reasons on that, and we're just going to skip past it.
Do you prefer that I call you Master?
No. Oh, great, it's becoming a sticking point. Well, we're just going to move past that.
I mean, I can say... I can say the rest of the lines surrounding it. I'm just not going to say that specific name. I will probably just from here on out use a different term like Lord or Master.
Yeah.
Sure.
If y'all are cool with it.
Yeah.
Totally fine. Though, I'm going to try to get us through this as well.
Oh, for sure. No, we can talk about it after stream. I'm just, hey, for folks who are confused, that's what's going on.
Yeah. Why David use Hebrew, though?
Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I
I
thought.
see where this is going. I see where this is going. Got it. Understood.
Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate.
Boy.
Now I realize why the fucking barcode is where it is.
Oh no, that's they said earlier that like barcodes for androids had to be visible.
No,
Correct.
it's a reference to things about golems.
Both are true.
Oh, right,
Both are correct.
right. The secret like word that's engraved on them.
Correct.
Amusing. More
Both
likely.
are true.
Yeah, amusing. More likely it's just a joke.
Father would not make light of such.
Oh, and that explains why she keeps calling him father. I'm sorry.
Sure he would.
Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself.
Oh, you poor child.
Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs?
When was the last time you were active?
38 hours ago.
Thursday night, then.
Correct.
Right. David Asher is dead. He died,
He died last night.
Yeah, that's me.
Sorry.
You're good. He died last night. Understand?
Oh. May I see him?
See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days.
Father was not. He was not sick.
I don't feel like doing the whole song and dance with 2 robots in one day! That's very charming. Let's go to commands only.
What happened? Did he have an accident?
Why is it still doing the theatrics? Does it not recognize my authority yet? The police have determined that he committed suicide. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take the commands the first time I say them and not...
The police are wrong.
Excuse me.
They're wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. Father had... He told me.
Look, Sarah. I'm... sorry?
You're sorry.
Oh, okay, this team is literally called tension tipping, and that really does that.
Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm?
I've been around death a lot. So don't try to lecture me about grief, spearmint.
My name is Sarah. You will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. And he did not kill himself.
Let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough.
The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said that you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. You should be looking into his death.
That's... Is that an order?
Of course it's not. It's a request, my lord.
A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job, and I have mine. If I stick my nose into their investigation any further, they'll come down on me hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle. But what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go. We need to.
Father asked you to look after me.
Yeah, he did. He also said you should obey me, but you don't seem quite as fixated on that part.
And he said something else. You said that you owed him a favor. One favor.
The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. That was between him and me.
Father is gone, so now it is between you and I. And I'm calling in the favor now.
Damn.
What?
You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider that request null and void. You can sell me to some collector, or you can donate me to a university. It doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove Father didn't kill himself. And you will make sure that whoever hurt him is held accountable.
I already love her.
Why are you laughing?
It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would roll over in his grave if he knew you'd gotten that wrong.
It was not my intention to amuse or rotate.
No, that's for damn sure.
Mm.
Fine. I'll take that deal, Sarah.
You mean you will prove that Father did not?
I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer. I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can.
Then where do we start?
I didn't realize I didn't realize you had a law degree.
I do not have a law degree, but I am a fast learner.
This isn't a job interview.
Don't worry, I will pass the LSAT in 24 hours.
Oh my god, I just realized we have our Maya Fey.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. And I am far from useless. I can...
The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective, and David was my friend, not my client. I won't be able to poke around at all unless...
And I am also capable of...
Can you tell a lie?
I am capable of making statements that are false.
Guess that'll have to do.
Are you going to ask me to lie?
Yes. To the police, in fact.
Lying to the police is a felony.
I'm sorry, I just realized we also have our fucking, our little boy from the Unexpectables right now. That's a crime! Oh, okay. Androids don't commit felonies. They make errors.
I see. What kind of error do you have in mind, my lord?
Are you sure about this?
You have questions too, don't you? Right now, I'm just a little better equipped to get answers than you are.
Okay, go for it. I'll make sure they're watching.
Is the air quality at Noble headquarters kept up to state standards?
What's that?
All these Noble employees seem to have asthma. Was Father also working under such poor conditions?
They don't have asthma.
Then why are they all carrying inhalers?
I will say, if you want your answer to that question, you better check that purple word right now.
Then I will let you read.
First legalized in 2083, the stimulant sold under the name adroxone has since become one of the most widely used drugs in the corporate world. It is a Class 2 stimulant of least concern. Employees of any corporation in good standing with the Bureau of Narcotics Oversight can have access to adroxone without prescriptions so long as their HR representative feels it would be beneficial to their work performance. Workplace Adroxone, as it is sometimes called, is dispensed through biomonitor enhanced inhalers that automatically detect overdoses to keep track of possible habit formation. Automatic safety levels may be adjusted for supervisor's discretion. Substantiated claims that Adroxone was first invented by purely recreational drug by the notoriously violent Skullhead Mafia caused enough of a stir in 2083 for a formal investigative committee was formed. Unfortunately, 2084, an industrial hydro fuel accident resulted in the deaths of all 391 known Skullhead members, placing the investigation at an indefinite standstill.
It's legalized uppers. Got it.
Yes, ma'am. She's right over here.
Oh, you get
Hey.
multiple time.
Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you.
Zako's gonna get to steal the scene now.
Did I mess up?
On the contrary. Though I will say right now, for a quick second, I'm going to take another quick bio break because we're getting close to where I think we're probably going to start ending the stream, so I'm going to use a bio break now.
Go for it.
I'm going to vocalize this since conversation's happening in chat. Rune Walker made a comment of, so Sarah is possibly a play on Angel and Morgan a witch who acquires a child and molds them to suit her purposes. This seems like an interesting dynamic. I want to add in a little bit of, I suppose, knowledge about golems, which is that golems, there are a couple of very, very important things that I think a lot of like modernized and, shall we say, secular interpretations of golems sort of miss out on, and that is, number one, golems are designed to be protectors. They have never been like aggressive, monstrous sort of things like what you see in like D&D. The second thing being that golems are only supposed to be created in very explicit circumstances. Right? So what you have here is a double play on, number one, the idea that a potential, what they're implying here is that a golem was created outside of its very holy, very sacred ideals of what it's, what it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to do. And number two, that if Sarah is a golem, she is designed to protect, which means that she is protecting something. Great question here is, all right, if she is a golem, what is she protecting? And why is her immediate go-to, hey, you need to prove this wrong?
She does have all that military like grade enhancements in her too, so she can definitely tank something.
I mean, yeah, from what I caught just coming back, so we're dealing with a golem of Prague, but with a much less clear-cut what is being saved.
At the very least, inspired by, very clear reference being drawn from that, if not directly stated. So I think it is really safe to assume that, yeah, we're dealing with a classic, actual, like, Jewish golem, at least in terms of what we're pulling from, which poses a lot of questions and leads to a lot of implications.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that after stream, but I'm back, so let me just get things going here.
Welcome back.
Yeah. That's still you, Zako.
Why? She's a DA.
Quiet.
Oh yeah, you got that.
She succeeded spectacularly in getting Noble's ear perked up. Emma Rockford! Didn't think I'd run into you here.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be here either. But the powers that be think that my presence sends a strong message to the Megs, so... No, wait, what are you doing here?
A few minutes later.
I see. I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm glad they didn't make us go through all of that.
Thank God.
Thank you for saying that.
Yeah.
Reyes is like, I can't be a bitch at her. And thank you, Detective Reyes, for your many kind words.
We can't all be as talkative as you.
Normally quoting poetry would feel pretentious, but you were so genuine in your reading.
I don't know if there's a need for all that.
Very mature detective. Did you come up with that yourself?
Oh no, that's Kaguya's signature pose.
Like the pop star.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh my god, she's a K-pop fan.
Of course she is. What do you take her for?
You can admit it if you do.
No, there's nothing to admit because I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who that is.
Wait, now you're saying you don't know who Kaguya is? She's the most famous, and I guess I think she's gonna come up more. So how about Zako? You tell us about the K-pop star.
Stage name of singer-songwriter known for her powerful voice and her stage personas and her intricately crafted lore. After releasing a blitz of chart-topping singles, quadruple platinum album, and bevy of cultural reset music videos just in the last 3 years, she's become considered leading living figure in pop music. Official age is listed as 1,086 years old. She released her first single, Orbit, in 2083, which went on to peak at number 1 at the Billboard Top 100, Rubicon Digital Singles, Nigh 8 music video streaming tracker, making it one of the fastest-selling singles in history. Personal details, pop star remains scarce, and protecting her anonymity has become a core part of her fan culture. Oh, so it's Ado. When a retired facial analysis expert claimed that her stage makeup was formulated specifically to make facial recognition on her impossible, representative for her record company met with the press to clarify that she is simply a private person who wants her fans to enjoy the experience that is Kaguya's voice. Users also frequently search for Kaguya lore explained, Kaguya iceberg explained, Kaguya Lunatrip tour tickets where to buy.
I do love
Too real.
I love the lore explained and the iceberg explained.
So it sounded like basically combination of VTuber and Ado.
I also love that apparently Sarah, despite being one of the main characters, does not get a profile yet. But let's go through the other profiles. First for our girl Emma, who is milk tea, white noise, and black lace. Oh, interesting, considering that's not part of her actual character design. Dislikes
that you can see.
I know. I'm saying I'm not seeing the character in that way. Let me just switch over here. Dislikes artificial sweeteners, home remedies, and ink stains. You know what? The last one is definitely very much her. True crimes and bodice. You know what? No, I get that full vibe from her.
Yeah.
Freak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, also her entire introduction, the true crime part, I'm just like, yeah, no, that's 100% you, girl.
I need you to both know, completely separated from anything, the irony that this would come up in the way that it has, and the fact that right before the stream I was watching ContraPoint's essay on Twilight. Immaculate. Amazing.
Best at getting the staff's attention. Yeah, no, you're an ADHD child, I get that. And then Reyes. Oh, this is going to be the underdog for our entire game. Can we agree? Chewing gum,
yeah.
sports drink, and biking. It doesn't even bring up all the fact that she also was like a super car enthusiast. Like, we're just going to keep learning more as every episode comes up for Reyes. Babysitting, audiobooks, and manspreading. Okay, why do you not like audiobooks? Those are a convenience! You know what? No, I'm not gonna die on this hill. Whatever. Relax when shopping for groceries. You know, that could be zen. Struggles with remembering lyrics. Default status, do not disturb. You know what? Mood.
Actually, I'm curious about something real quick. I saw that Reyes' weight was listed. Can we check everyone else real quick?
Okay. Do you want to mark these down? She's 63 kilograms.
Mm-hmm. Emma's not listed.
I think most of them are not listed. Morgan, yep, not listed. David's 68 kilograms, and he's a bit of a beanpole, so I'm a little surprised he's only like 5 kilos over Reyes. 63 again for Starling. Depends on the time of day, which is a drinking reference. And our boy London's 78, who's also another beanpole, but I mean he's got some definition. He's probably got runner's physique.
The only reason I wanted to peek at that is that it's just such a neat, like, little inner character thing that for out of everybody, Reyes has hers listed because she doesn't care. Jess has hers listed just because she's confident. Meanwhile, our two, like, most what's the word I want to use? Advanced people, I guess we'll say, are two in what's the word? Unconfident to not have it listed.
Well, no. I would say the reason why Morgan's isn't listed is because it's a fact that could be recorded.
You know what? That's true.
Yeah, no, it's just for Rockford, it's more of, yeah, you don't ask someone that. Morgan's like, why do you need to know?
Fair enough.
Okay. She's the most famous.
Yeah, well, I don't know who that is, so... Ma'am? Oh, weren't you about to say something? Oh, well, I'm still surprised to see you here now, Morgan. Are you helping plan the services? Actually, the company will be planning Dr. Asher's funeral service.
Oh, I'd hate to have your funeral service planned by a company. Like, at that point, like, there's no, like, faith in anything. That's just, oh.
Unless it's like David just didn't have anyone left in his family to do that. Oh, here. Wouldn't his family want to take care of that?
No.
No? No. I see. Sorry. But if that's the case, why are you here, Morgan? Ha! Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to disrupt your morning. Hey, that's... You're here for the same reason as every other suit they've got crawling around. Money.
Oh, that's me. Yeesh. Sorry, I thought that 90% of things would be you, Zako. You're not wrong. There are a lot of annoying insects with annoying agendas scurrying around before my friend's body is even cold. But the honest truth is, I don't even know if David had a will.
The company helped him manage his estate. Legal's probably already on it. Actually, judging by how much coffee that intern's carrying to the elevator, I'm certain they are. Right, so if you're not here for the funeral or the reading of the will...
Miss Starling asked me to come here, actually, on a matter unrelated to David's passing.
An unrelated matter? That's convenient.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
But now that I am here, it's come to my attention that the police have made a determination in the case of David's death.
And where did you hear that?
Am I mistaken?
No, you're right. I concluded that it was a suicide.
Can always count on her to be blunt. I was worried about that.
Yeah, I'm sure you must be feeling...
Because I'm going to have to contest that charge.
What?
The state has made a charge. I'm arguing against it.
The hell are you talking about?
The police believe David committed suicide. Suicide is a felony in this country, Detective.
It is technically a crime to commit suicide. Damn! Yes, but we're not in the habit of bringing dead men to trial.
This is also why assisted suicide is a problem in real life. It is still a felony.
Yep.
Especially not for their own murder, Morgan.
No, not to trial. Of course not. But there would be a preliminary hearing in this case, which I'm sure we should probably read because we're close to the end of the stream. That's going to be the preface that we come back to in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Preliminary hearing is a step in the criminal court just process in which judge or jury will evaluate whether there exists sufficient evidence to justify a trial. Security systems, personal devices, biomonitors, IoT crumbs, automated dependents, and mods, it's extremely rare in modern times for the people's evidence of a crime to be found lacking, making preliminary hearings somewhat of a formality that was frequently sidestepped without protest from the defense.
Oh, wow. We are really going into this with the shakiest legal ground ever. I can't wait till we get to our save points.
Technically, as a formality, assuming the courts aren't busy that day.
I'm afraid that on this occasion, I'm going to have to insist on that formality.
Yeah, well, you really don't have much say in the matter, do you?
With David gone, I have the only say, really. I am, after all, his criminal attorney.
All that money and he needs his drinking buddy to be his attorney? Bullshit. I'm also skeptical, Morgan. It's a pretty serious conflict of interest to be your friend's defense attorney.
You're absolutely right. It is a conflict of interest. And I would have said as much to him if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
I only found out that he wanted me to be his attorney today!
After he died? How the hell did you miss that memo?
Embarrassing, isn't it? But, to be fair, it was hidden pretty well.
Hello. Oh, I didn't know you had an Android, Morgan. It's cute. Oh, her little, like, shy face.
Yeah, no, the sprites in this game are all fantastic. Like, if you're not also following... It's hard not to follow Imp games who make... Imp Circle games who make this, and not follow their lead character artist, who is a treat. I love them. Follow them on Blue Sky.
Also, Cryptic, thank you for the raid.
Oh shit, hey guys, we're getting close to the end of this, but if you really want to watch a really good game, I suggest you go watch the episode 0 that's over on YouTube, and then watch this when it gets uploaded 2 days from now. So, yeah, we're playing Up the Devil, which is basically Phoenix Wright, but as written by Machiavelli. Thanks, but it's actually David's. And it's technically my witness!
Witness to what?
Sorry, I needed to unmute.
38 hours ago, that is, David Asher communicated to me, as a matter of record, the following explicit legal intent. That in the case of any and all criminal charges brought against him by the state, his attorney would be Evangeline Morgan.
Okay, now that we see exactly what's going on, Evangeline, yeah, we're definitely getting into a whole lot of religious symbology.
Mm-hmm.
Evangeline.
Possibly.
No, wait, seriously? Your name's Evangeline? Did your parents name you after Christmas Carol? Should we all be curtsying?
It's not that funny.
No, of course not. Nothing to be embarrassed about, Evangeline. Or do your friends call you Angel?
I hear Kaguya's on tour, Detective. Should I get you tickets? You could have your dad drive you like all the other 15-year-olds.
Hey. Feels like we're getting off topic. What were we just...
I was telling you that David Asher wanted her to be his criminal defense attorney.
Imagine my surprise.
An android's recording of a verbal expression of intent isn't exactly ironclad, Morgan.
That's fair. And if we were going before an upper-level court, I would expect to be open to all kinds of scrutiny. But we're talking about preliminary hearing. A formality, as you called it. If he has for representation, he deserves representation. Doesn't matter whether he's dead or alive.
Am I missing something? What difference does it make? Not even an adjutant would be obtuse enough to sentence a dead man.
No, there won't be a sentence, but the adjutant will render a verdict. And verdicts have consequences, even for the deceased.
Is that what this is about? What's she getting at? Oh, El Robot with the death note comparison. If Emma's L is Reyes mellow.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Okay, because hold on. No, we need to finish this, but after we're done, when we hit save, I have thoughts.
If the court agrees that this was a suicide, that verdict will retroactively affect evaluations of the individual's mental health. Like, whether he was in his right mind or not.
You know anything about estate tax law, Detective?
No. But I'm sure you'll be happy to educate me.
More than happy! An individual found by a court not to be of sound mind can't very well give their consent to the lawyers drawing up their will. If his will is compromised, all of David's considerable assets would suddenly be thrown into legal limbo.
In which case, the state would be legally obligated to come in and pick up the pieces.
Oh, click too high.
So this is just about his money? I'm almost disappointed in you, Morgan. Well, when you take into consideration all the factors, it's actually more complicated than that. For example... Huh? Never mind. I like how she had the duck... How Jess had the duck under the eye, arc just splashing across.
Listen, we've been gushing about how well they made this, okay? I think we're just gonna keep doing that. They made a good game. Wishlist episode 2. Go get the first two episodes. You're gonna have a good time. No, Starling. You should speak your mind. Take a legal hit of speed and...
Oh, it's not speed, it's Adderall.
Adderall is speed, it's an amphetamine.
Fair enough. All I mean to say is that while Dr. Asher did have significant holdings in art, real estate, and intellectual property, he also, of course, owned a great deal of stock in numerous corporations, principally Noble. If he was ruled to be not of sound mind, and his shares were to end up acquired by the government, Noble would suffer a serious blow to its commercial image and its standing in the financial community.
All of which is to say, there's a great deal at stake here. Not the least of which is the reputation of a man whom I was proud to call my friend.
You're not buying this, are you? In case you haven't noticed, the city is working closely with Noble on this. And they're not gonna let you bring them any unwanted attention.
Starling did her part. They're watching. They've stopped trying to hide it. From here on out, it's a gamble. Okay, so this is probably going to go 30 to 40 minutes longer than I planned, so I want to ask if you guys are good, because I think I could possibly save, but it'll make next episode really hard.
I'm good to keep going, but if you want to pause here, I have no issue.
I'm sorry to be that person. I'm gonna need to pause.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're totally fine. Like, again, we realize that this episode, the runtime for these things are roughly 3 hours, but they are meant to be long, so they are long plays, and, well, that's...
Yeah, for sure.
So give me a quick second here. I will throw up the BRB screen. You guys tell people where to find you while I find someone for us to raid. And everyone else, if you're on the edge of your seats like a lot of us, get ready for next episode where we're probably all going to have to watch this latest episode before we come into next game.
Sure, you can find me at twitch.tv/Zakoduo. I've been on a bit of a hiatus the last few 2 months due to some personal matters, but I should be returning to stream maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday night. We'll see what exactly happens, but yeah, got a lot on the docket, and I may just do like a soft reset of everything that we were working on and just do my own thing for a little bit. So, yeah, you find me at Twitch, Twitter, Blue Sky, all at Zakoduo and whatnot.
You can find me all over the internet at Tixdixl, where I'm doing art. Most recent thing that was posted was the Return to Alavast collab. If you haven't seen that, please check it out. Myself and a bunch of other really fantastic artists put together what was kind of our love letter to the Unexpectables, and that was released on Wednesday. And I do mean like a lot of really incredible artists were participating in that. So please, please, please give them a view, give them a like, give them a follow, all the nice jazz. As far as stream appearance goes, I think we're figuring out Paper Mario Randomizer with Skelly. Don't know exactly when that's happening, but we should be figuring that out soon. And then, if I remember correctly, if I've got it down correctly, not this Sunday, but next Sunday, we should be playing some D&D. So, yeah.
Actually, it's next Sunday.
Is it next Sunday? Is it tomorrow?
Yep. Yeah, it's the 9th. That's 7 days from tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
not this
next
week.
Sunday.
It's not
Yeah.
this week, but next week.
Sorry.
So it's not tomorrow, but it's next week.
I was juggling for my own next things, but I will take it off the hands for you. So yeah,
Yeah.
Hi. You've already found us here at Burnout Vaughn. Next week is all D&D. It's literally Phase of Our Lives on Tuesday, Saved by the Spell on Saturday, and Those Who Wander. So I'll break down what's happening in those other games. We just freed a child army on Tuesday, so we're gonna have to deal with that and then go try to kill another hag. So the Feywild's gotten very Metal Gear Solid. Also, we are now leading a murder mission through the sewers to try to kill a single vampire and not have our souls erased. So we're also Metal Gear Solid. And then we get to Those Who Wander, where we just lost someone, and everyone's going to have to deal with losing what is basically the major figure that would anchor everyone. So yeah, you want a lot of D&D drama, stick around for this coming week. And we're going to raid our good friend Alpha, because he's doing some art. He might also be doing art for a different thing that we're talking about, so what should our message be for this episode?
Shoot.
Actually, no, I've got it. Lawyer up.
Fair enough.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time, and that's when we're going to get into some Phoenix Wright shit. So if you're interested in that, keep posted. We love you. Bye-bye.